done with the top three, I have to ask the question: out of Jabari, Chet, and Paolo, who's gonna have the best career out of those guys? Who are you banking on?
It's so hard. It's the reason why none of them are being locked in at number one. People just
Nobody
don't know.
knows.
And I feel like they're all so equal in terms of the future of their career. I feel like Chet has the highest ceiling because I feel like he's the least complete player now, and he's
Yeah,
already being taken, whether first, second, or third. So they're very high on his potential, all the NBA GMs, and they think that he can develop into a great player. And really, the best thing going for him is that his weakest aspects are the physical aspects, his strength. So you can build that up. It's not like he has to develop some skill set that he doesn't
yeah.
have yet. So that's one thing going for him that he really can bank on. Also, he's the best defensive player of the three already. So he dominates that side of the ball as well. But I don't know, Jabari Smith, something about his game. I just feel like at 6'10", with the three-point shooting ability that he has,
Yeah,
being the scorer that
42%
he
from
is,
downtown.
he's younger than both of them. I just think it seems like he's setting himself up to have the best career. If he does go to the Orlando Magic, though, it'll be interesting to see what happens because I think we had this theory on the pod recently about how it kind of depends on what team you get drafted to and the organization that you go to. Another thing going for Chet if he goes second is going to the Thunder with Presti and with that core. I feel like that also sets him up for success because that core will develop together. They're already pretty decent with those few players that they have, and Presti just knows what he's doing. And I feel like organizations that have strong leadership have the ability to develop players and make them great. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Banchero. I feel like he's the person I left out here.
Yeah, I feel like he's the
Um,
worst.
but I'll probably go Jabari Smith, but Chet has a lot of things going for him.
Yeah, which is kind of a 180 from what you had before. And I'm looking at Kevin O'Connor's mock draft from The Ringer. He thinks Paolo's the best player on his big board. He has them.
Really?
He has shades of Chris Webber and Julius Randle in his game.
Didn't he have Killian
Um,
Hayes as the best player on his board like last year or 2 years ago?
yeah, I think he
Wasn't
was like
that a
top
thing?
three. Yeah, I don't know. He likes that. He's a fluid ball handler with good footwork, as I mentioned. Changes pace. His minuses: defensive effort, just inconsistency and shot selection sometimes. But I feel like everyone has bad shot selection in college. I mean, if you're the best player on your team, you're just gonna take bad shots. You're gonna take a lot of shots because they need you to score. But he had Jabari second, with shades of Michael Porter and taller Harrison Barnes. And I talked about, yeah, plus his undeniable jump shot. I mean, Bruce Pearl said that Jabari is the best player he's ever coached, and
And that's
his
true because
minus
he's being taken number one.
yeah, Jabari's minuses, as I mentioned earlier, he doesn't have the tightest handle. There's tightness to Smith's lower body on drives to the rim, which limits his fluidity. This is where the MPJ comparison comes from. I mean, Michael Porter, luckily for Jabari Smith, he does not have lingering back injuries coming into the NBA, so he definitely could be able to move better than Porter. Porter's not a bad player, just not worth the first overall pick in hindsight. Maybe before the injuries, he would have went number one. We'll never know. Now he's out again, but yeah, I think Jabari is gonna have the best career out of these guys. I mean, Chet has the second best jumper. Paolo's the worst jumper. I'm gonna go with the guy with the best shooting and scoring ability. Because the game is about scoring and shooting, and I believe Jabari could develop his handle later on. I mean, Jalen Brown, Tatum didn't really have good handles coming into the league. They developed that. So I think Jabari just got to get that a little better, become more aggressive on drives, and I think he'll be a first. I could see him being a first team All NBA guy in the future.